Hello, friends, welcome back. In continuation with my last recording on despondency at work, today the topic which I have chosen is defeat despondency, enjoy blissfulness at work. Timeless lessons from Bhagavad Gita. If you remember in chapter 1 in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna gave up. He didn't want to fight and he wanted to come out of the battle. Lord Krishna gave him certain jnana, and in chapter 2, all jnana and deliberations and advice from Lord Krishna begins. There are 4 points we have expressed by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, and I strongly believe that these 4 points are equally applicable to corporate life. This can help a lot in case we want to really utilize it in corporate life. So let's get going. What Lord said was Arjun was fearful, he was under the control of emotions, he saw his enemy as relatives. Now, it was a time when Lord Krishna had given him Atmagyan. Atmagyan means knowledge about Atma Tattva, what we call it in Sanskrit or Hindi. So basically, more to do with Atman. And why this Atmagyan is important? Because when you see somebody dying, what Lord wanted to express to him, look, these guys are just the buddies. They have already died. They are going through a sort of role playing on the scene. So you are not the cause of death for them. So if that Gyan comes, therefore he said, look, the soul, which is the core of existence, is eternal. It never dies, neither it takes birth. It's like changing clothes. When we have old clothes, we change the old clothes and get one new one. Although it's a different matter that today we have so many new clothes and we keep on getting new clothes. Well, but we change the clothes effortlessly. Similarly, when soul lives in the body for a long time, it gets tired of having that body, it changes that and goes to a new body. So there's nothing like taking birth and death. These are the 2 points starting and ending in a particular part of the journey. It could be a small milestone in the whole journey. So from that perspective, Lord wanted to tell him, look, soul is eternal. Now it's very important to understand, if you take the human body, there are 3 things here. Although there could be a little more complexity, but I like to bring in 3 things. Atma, which doesn't get involved in any activity. It's the Lord's presence basically, and which throws light for conducting your actions. Second is Jivatma, which is the subtle body and also causal body we call it. So Jeev does all the activity, and Jeev does get attached to things around. So if Jeev does it rightly, then it will never get attached and it will be a very successful thing. So the cause of all pain and sorrows are nothing but the actions of Jivatma, the way it is conducted, the way you get attachment. And the third thing is the gross body or the physical body, which we all see. And unfortunately, we start believing that we are the body. That's why you put a lot of creams, powder and whatnot. And we always take care of the body only. And we forget that more important is subtle body and causal body, which goes with you from one life to other life. This means, there is a saying that Khali haath aaye hain, khali haath jana hai. This is not true. It is true that with the physical body you came without anything, but you will go without anything. But the factual position is, you have come with the accumulated karma, which you are carrying, adding or deleting in this life, and then you will be leaving with accumulated karma. That is the subtle body. So subtle body has all the memories which carried forward. I thought that is very essential for understanding the topic. That's why I took some time to explain it. Now let's move forward. Now Lord says, Nainam chidanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavka, na chainam kledantyapo, na shosati maruta. This chapter 2, sloka 23rd. Means the soul is eternal, it is ajanma, nirbikar. This means it's the purest thing which never takes birth, it is always there. It is initially hard to understand what the soul is. Soul is, let's assume soul is the presence of God inside. Because the same soul is there in each and every body. Although it could be very difficult to understand at this stage, but let's assume, because many times in life we progress taking assumptions. So let's do that. Now, the question comes, when you cannot kill somebody, then why you are fearful of killing? Now let's see how it is applicable in corporate life. I think each enterprise has got a vision, and vision is a driving force. Vision doesn't get attached to the doing, working, delivering. Vision doesn't do it. Vision guides you. Vision throws light on each employee to act in the presence of vision and then deliver. So I would draw a parallel between Atman and vision of an enterprise. So vision in a company is there. So therefore, if you are able to internalize the vision to all the employees, automatically you will be successful. Although it is there with all the employees, it is in presence of all the employees, but they don't understand it. They don't get it rightly. And therefore you have difficulty. So the first thing is some effort which helps you internalizing vision for each and every employee. How we could do it? Once again, the answers of these questions are very simple. Awareness. This could be training, this could be talking, group discussion, or whatever it could be. And as Lord says that the soul is eternal, similarly, vision may not be eternal to that extent, but much longer living entity compared to me and you in an organization. So let's presume that way. Even in Companies Act, we say that an enterprise is an ongoing entity. So we have to perceive from that perspective. So I have come, I have assumed some role, and then I will leave the company and go, or I will retire from the company and go. If you are in part of Tata and all those, then you retire from the company and go. But the company exists. Look at the, in my lifetime, I have seen, in fact, 4 chairmen of Tata Sons, starting from J.R.D. Tata when I joined Tata Steel, then Mr. Ratan Tata, Mr. Mistry, and now Mr. Chandrasekharan. But Tata Group and its vision, its philosophy continues. So therefore, when you join a company, you have to believe that this is continuing enterprise, it is going, and try getting light from the philosophies and vision of that organization. Point 1. Second thing, Lord explained to Arjuna, look, if you believe that you are going to kill someone, not true. Similarly here, entity is ongoing and this cannot be sort of destroyed or moved forward. Second thing is from Lokachar perspective. Lokachar perspective, what he said was, look, Lokachar means like any society we live, there are certain ways of interacting, there are certain ways of doing business, and those are accepted norms in a society. Similarly, you have certain norms and rules and regulations in the company. There are certain interactions rule. Few of them are written, few of them are not written, but that is what will be more like a Lokachar. So Lord says, look, in this yuddha, it is not a simple yuddha like any other battle or any other yuddha. It is a dharma yuddha. So you are fighting for right or wrong stuff. So you are not fighting as an individual, you are fighting the right and wrong. Second thing he mentioned was, in chapter 2, which is very, very pertinent, look, you are playing role of a Kshatriya. You are Kshatriya by birth. The Vibhajan, I will not talk about Varna Vibhajan much here, maybe some other time, because highly misunderstood topic. And you are playing role of a Kshatriya or a warrior. That is very important. So you have to perform as a warrior. First you assume that you have a goal to kill the persons. You are not killing really. You are just being a sort of medium for killing. It's already predestined and you are not doing it. Secondly, you are doing your role. Now when you are playing your role, don't get afraid of the results. That is very, very important. He said, look, whether you win or lose, if you do your work rightly, you succeed in both the cases. Both cases are rewarding. He mentioned, Hato va prapyasi swarga, jito va bhukshase mahim, tasmad utishtat kaunteya, juddhaya kritnisya. He says, if you are killed, then you achieve swarga. If you win, then you enjoy the fruits of the battle, winning the battle. So you enjoy the kingdom. You are the king. So you have got win situation both way. In losing as well as winning the battle, both conditions you win. So that is very important. See, look, the moment you have an element of fear in your life, you get distracted and you will not be able to perform. Now let's take this to corporate life. Now, when you join a corporate life, irrespective of whichever level you are, you have a position, you have a roles and responsibilities, and you play your roles. Role is very important. It's like a drama. So you are playing on the scene your role. Now you have to play it perfectly without thinking that whether you are going to win or lose. It is very important here that if you have a sort of like some vision which is driving you, so vision is always in front of you. Vision creates a long-term orientation. It creates a sort of like purpose in the journey. And once you have purpose, then you can do it beautifully. Then what happens is, you are, instead of just waiting for the result, you are enjoying each act of doing, and that is what is important. I am not suggesting, neither I am saying, you look in corporate, you should not be looking for the reward, but believe me, the moment you start demanding reward is not your right. That is what is said. Maybe I'll talk on this, a very famous sloka, in the next deliberations. My understanding of that Karmanyeva Adhikarastu, I will certainly talk in the next presentation. But today, let us restrict to, in case you succeed doing right thing, you get big bonuses and all the rewards which comes to you. And then Lord says, then there is nothing wrong in accepting reward. But reward is not your right. Because I will explain you how, despite doing the best thing, you are not able to control the success. That is not in your hand. That is the theme here. So therefore, in case you fail in doing your duty, or you do it right, but you are not able to get the goal, then you are still cited as an example. You know, many a times there is a poem I read, King Bruce and the Spider. This gentleman known as King Bruce was defeated 6 times in the battle. And one day he was sipping the tea and the spider was falling down, it was going up time and again. And he counted the 7th time the spider made it. So the king got a motivation. And he went for the battle next time, he won. So that is what the life is all about. So it's not about giving up when you get defeated or you get dejected and leave it. So second is lokachar, from the perspective of duties in corporate, from the perspective of role in corporate, you are supposed to be doing and doing it right without bothering about whether you are going to win or not win. Obviously, your goal has to be winning. But don't get unduly stressed if it doesn't come your way. Third one, in chapter 2, Lord explains about karma gyan. Karma is the action, how we do the action. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful manual on doing karma in right way. See, karma creates attachment. But when you say attachment, people get switched off. They start thinking, this is at a later date, like when we are retired, like people like us. No, it is, I was not lucky. I didn't come across someone who can guide me at an early age. Otherwise, I could have played my life very differently. So karma means, what he has said is that do the karma in an unattached manner. Be duty focused. These two are the main theme. Now unattachment requires a lot of explanation. It will take maybe more than half an hour, 1 hour talking on that. So I am just touching it and leaving it that way. But I am bringing that parallel to the corporate world. Now the way you do your activity, like in the previous point we mentioned that be cognizant about your roles and responsibilities. Look at your position and think you are playing a role in a drama. See, when you have become a king in a drama, you are not concerned about the kingdom, but you do the best way. Similarly, you do it here and let the kingdom come to you. That is what is the motto here. Now here, coming back to the karma in corporate, the very important thing is focus on work. As you know, if you are focused, you are bound to succeed and you will succeed. Second is dedication. So if you stay on these 2 points and no rights to fruits, although you can always dream for the fruits, but due to some reason, fruit doesn't come in, don't be unduly concerned about it. That is what it is. So focus on work or focus on goal, and dedication in doing the activity in a righteous way will take you to the peak of your success, and most of the time you will be success. Coming back to the point of you don't have rights on the fruits of your action, I will have a separate video on this point next time. Complete one. So watch out this particular series and exchange our views on this topic. The last one, in chapter 2, Lord talked about, in fact, Arjuna asked Lord, what is Sthit Pragya? There may not be an equivalent word in English, but the closest word I could found was steady in wisdom. Look, we get all distracted. We start enjoying having parties when we get success, and we are very dejected when we are failure. If as we have assumed just now, which I'll deal with at length in the next video, if we don't have rights on fruits of the action, then why should we feel dejected? This is not, I mean, you have done your effort. So therefore, it's a balance between sukh and dukh. Now bring this to corporate. If you are able to manage balance between adverse situations, your capability, your capacity, it will be recognized by the management and you will grow very fast in your career. So therefore, it is very important to understand Sthita Pragya concept. Some in both sukh and dukh, being equal in both the situation. Friends, I have talked about these 4 points and they are not simple, they are very difficult. Practicing this time and again will take a lot of time to really achieve excellence in these areas. These points are Atmagyan, as advocated by Lord to Arjuna in chapter 2, and assuming his role of fighting the battle. Second was based on Lokachar, what people are going to tell you and what your society demands from you. Third was Karma Gyan, and fourth was Sthita Pragya. So if you maintain these 4 things at corporate life, you are bound to succeed. Just think over it. Many times you reject some point just like that. I have a request to make here. Listen this video fully. Think over it. Try doing chintan on this. You will get a lot of points. I may not have covered all. So thank you for being with me today. And if you like this, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Because by doing this, we'll create a group of people who can interact on topics together. And in this way, we can serve the humanity in a big way. Thank you so much and happy Dasara.